Codie Sanchez is speaking at HostCon. She just doesn't know it yet. I wonder if that's an Easter egg. Ian, my friend Ian Nagy, who runs VidTower, started VidTower. That's hilarious.
That's funny as crap.
It's a nice little embed in there. No, I didn't think about that with the captions. If it's autoplays on mute, which is a lot of the case these days, that's pretty key. I really like that. It's engaging, makes me want to play. No, it is a better way of doing it. It gives them an out.
Well, hold on, dude. That is freaking huge in some ways because you want to optimize not for the opt-in, you want to optimize for people that schedule, I would assume, right? I just had this experience booking a call. Codie knows that I booked a call. She's excited for me. Yes. She's excited about the potential. I might be one of the few, which is congruent with her old BSL, that I'm like, oh, this is sick. What's up, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. For the day, we're going to be covering some ridiculously fun stuff.
That we are.
Tell us a little bit about it, Sir Nick.
Yep. So every week, we want to break down a top performing funnel that's working right now, not just yesteryears of the world. And this week, we have in the buying a business niche, we have Contrarian Thinking as the top of our list.
AKA
Codie Sanchez.
Codie Sanchez. Mm-hmm. Spelled with an IE, in case you didn't know.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And her main site, although she has a few, is contrarianthinking.co. You can see it on the top of our charts here in this category. What we did is we filter down for buying a business. We track over 20,000 different courses in this database. And we can see that she is leading this niche by quite a hefty margin. So
kicking some butt. Nice work, Codie. Mm-hmm. All right. And then if we look at the pull through here, so revenue, low end, if we were to add up, the top three are all hers, right? No. 1 and 3.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
So low end 4 million, high end 20 million. I think that's probably about right. She's probably somewhere sitting in between there.
Yep.
Cool, dude. Let's dive in. So now kind of our now what we want to do is we want to find the most popular entry point for people to land on her funnel before we actually start to go through it.
Yep.
So let's take a look around. Do you want to start with YouTube organic or Facebook ads? Or?
YouTube organic because it's such a significant traffic presence for her. She does have Facebook ads that are running too, but YouTube organic typically identifies. What I did here is we went to her channel, and you guys can do this when in doubt. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. You can either go by popular videos, but the one that I chose is one that I know has entry points to the funnel, which is watch these 50 minutes if you want to be a millionaire in 2024. Yep. It is a BizOp type of lead for a video. And in the description, we're going to notice here, we have 3 primary entry points into the funnel. We have an application funnel, which will bypass the 2K, I believe, and go straight to the high ticket over the phones. And then we have a lead magnet, which will eventually ascend into that kind of that 2K price point funnel. And then we have the newsletter funnel, which is a low-end recurring continuity. So where would you like to jump off first?
And then right below that, we've got... What's the last one?
This one is
affiliate link.
Yeah, it's an affiliate link, and it's a dead link now, so I'm not quite sure what that went to.
Okay, all good. Yep. No sweat. Cool. Let's jump into the first one, dude. Let's do a little VSL funnel, or let's do it. Call funnel here, and see what we got. But maybe even before directly to a hot app.
Directly to a hot app. What we're seeing is this content probably acts as a 50-minute VSL. Essentially, it replaces the VSL in the funnel. Yep.
Okay, sweet. So direct to a hot app. Let's see actually if that's all organic that she's pushing to hot apps or if there's any
ads library.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it. All right, guys. As you remember from, I'm going to say last week, but we don't know when these episodes are going to be dripped out and in what order. So we'll say the best way to figure out if someone is running at least meta ads is just the free version. Go to ads library. It's facebook.com/ads/library. And we are going to go ahead and just type in Codie Sanchez's name.
Cool. The other thing here, too, is we might actually use something like VidTower to see if she's running YouTube because she's got such a large following on YouTube.
We can absolutely use VidTower.
Let's take a peek there and look for any YouTube ads. And that'll also give us an idea of what they're spending. We have another tool that'll help us analyze spending, but let's just...
We have a lot of tools for sure.
Bro, let's talk about how cool this new UI UX is for VidTower, bro. Dang.
Yeah, it's looking good. In fact, I'm not sure if she's a brand or a company in this search. We'll just use this search in general. Codie Sanchez is speaking at HostCon. She just doesn't know it yet. I wonder if that's an Easter egg. Ian, my friend Ian Nagy, who runs Midtown or started Midtown. That's hilarious.
That's funny as crap.
It's a nice little embed in there.
All right, let's look. All right, well, we can hop back to this, but dude.
Yeah, we'll hop back to it. We go ads library for now. That's too funny. All right. So we can pull open. We have a last chance Main Street Millionaire Live, which is, at least it was when we were helping out, the monthly webinar that happened. Or we can try one of these. We can try a few different entry points here to the funnel. Anything calling out?
See. Let's look at some of the CTAs here. Yeah. Why start a business? Let's look at the hook here. Why start a business from scratch? When you can buy one that's already profitable. It's a smarter, safer investment and easier than you think. Here's how I can help you. Choose the right business, avoid pitfalls, master due diligence, access seller financing, reduce your risks. After leaving my high-paying Wall Street job, dedicated myself to school, transform my life, ready to take action. Click the button below. That should be clickable right there. But click the button below and you want to scroll up? Actually, I want to read the rest of that little CTA. Click the button below to speak with my team and start your journey. I wonder if this leads right to Hot App.
It might. Let's check.
This looks like a mini VSL. Liberate yourself from self-serfdom and build a legacy of financial independence by acquiring profitable small businesses. Let's go through this one, dude.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. Do you want to see? Do you want to use SimilarWeb and just see what type of traffic's hitting this? And
if let's do it. All right, guys. We have. Looks like got that nice little January upswing in our industry, which is always good.
Yeah.
That typically happens. We'll see traffic go, CPMs go down, and especially in BizOp or anything regarding make money or improvement as far as finances go, we got a nice little upswing. So that's a good amount of uniques to this page.
Yeah. Sweet.
As far as distribution, primarily going to be United States and the big English-speaking countries.
Spain snuck in there.
Hey, right. Hopefully they got some English layering on there. And again, direct generally applies ads. Social picks up organic, social presence, which she is very strong in.
Yep.
But email, traffic, direct ad CTAs, and even sometimes stories will all lump into direct.
Cool. Well, let's dive in. So a lot of direct, so that's good. So we know that she's running traffic to this, and so it should be, ROIing on traffic. If we go back to the ad, dude, you want to give us a breakdown on how you think the ad is, if it's good, not good, that type of stuff?
Yep. So if we would have collapsed this again, we saw that first line. Want to start a business from scratch why start a business from scratch when you can buy one that's already profitable? That was the lead that was hanging there, I believe. That's good. It's what we call a direct lead. So it's clarity over cleverness there. I would grade that as, if we're going on a 1 through 4 scale, if I'm Avatar, probably a 4, right? If it's a direct lead, and that's exactly what I've been thinking. Now, if it's something I haven't been considering, this is cold, maybe a little bit less or so. That's my initial thought.
For a direct lead. Great.
Yep. Absolutely.
What about the body and the CTA?
Body and CTA, as far as gets right to it. It's giving benefits bullets right here. And they're really feature the one thing that I would say, the only critique on this copy is link them to an emotional benefit. Avoiding pitfalls, steer clear business that could be a financial burden, and then why, what happens because of that. So that you never have to clear out your 401k and get left in a sad place or whatever.
You don't have any sleepless nights.
You don't have any sleepless nights. Yeah. That's the only thing from a copy perspective I would do different here.
Cool. And then what about the CTA there?
A bit incongruent because that's not actually what's happening on the next page.
Yeah, so I think that was my big call out. I think for a VSL funnel, right, this is pitching. This is a classic mistake, I think, but at the same time, it can work. The classic mistake really is where you pitch the product on the ad instead of pitching the demo, the strategy session, whatever the video is, right? So like here, it's not actually pitching the product. It's pitching, to talk with someone like on the team. I think if it was pushing to a hot app, maybe that would make sense, but we get a little bit of incongruency with it not going to a hot app and instead going to a video page. Yep. But overall, I mean, this is a fine ad.
Overall solid.
Yeah.
Want to watch the video at all?
Let's do it.
Cool. And we have 10 different multiple versions. So this is also key too, is people are drawn to this creative. Let's go with this first one.
your financial advisor won't tell you. While everyone else is fighting over 3% yields and praying for the S&P to tick up, smart money is quietly buying small businesses. Here's why. When you own a business, you're not just waiting for the market to move, you're in control of an asset that generates real cash flow. And unlike real estate, you don't need to wait years for appreciation or deal with 2 a.m. maintenance calls. The wealthy have known this secret for years. They're not just buying stocks and bonds, they're also acquiring profitable businesses in boring industries that everyone else ignores. Auto shops, laundromats, landscaping companies. These are the businesses that keep America running. I've helped hundreds of investors add business acquisition to their portfolio strategy. It's not about timing the market. It's about owning assets that can help you make money outside of the hours that you're working. Ready to diversify? Well, book a call with my team to explore how business acquisition can elevate your investment strategy. You can click the button here to get started and talk to one of my crew. Let's talk about what your financial advisor won't tell you. While everyone else...
First, Codie is a natural. Like, that script was really, really well done, and the pacing was very good. The hook was on point. I loved how she led into it. Everything, again, except for the end where it's a bit incongruent, but that's more so not on her, but rather like where in the funnel she's using this.
Do you think that this is maybe they use this more for retargeting? You're already off where you've already watched stuff, and now it's like trying to get you to book a call.
That's what it would seem, right? And when we click this CTA, bottom of funnel, a lot of stuff that she does with ads is at least second touch with her. She has such a strong organic presence.
Yeah. That's a really fair point. Most people are pretty warm, so this being bottom of the funnel might make a lot of sense. And so then let's actually click through. Angel, what did you think, bro? What are your thoughts, my dude, on how did you like from a cinematography standpoint? How's that cut?
I feel like it's well lit. It's very punchy in the right moments, and you can never go wrong having captions in the video just to kind of get the message across even more. So I have to say it's a solid A.
All right, hey, let's go. We got an A from Angel.
Yeah, it's a good point. No, I didn't think about that with the captions. If it's auto plays on mute, which is a lot of the case these days, that's pretty key. Good point. Sweet.
Let's take a look at the page.
Let's go to Lander.
All right, liberate yourself from serfdom and build a legacy. And then there's a video without starting from scratch. So there's a video. Let's scroll down just a tad bit. Let's see what else is on this page. Discover the fourth path to wealth. I like that. That's a cool concept. I can't really figure out what the fourth path is unless you tell me. Direct to book a call. There's no button pop here. Obviously, it's like, yo, book a call, which is congruent with what the ad said. So this is really shortening, almost skipping the VSL.
Yep.
I can't guarantee results. Big Brother won't allow that. But over 900 people have joined, whatever. So then social proof, some reviews. And book a call, CTA one more time. Sweet. What are your thoughts, dude?
My first initial thought is, back up. It is congruent. We got this above the fold. However, if on first glance it's not congruent, some people don't think to always scroll. Like, you're hitting this page, and even if we bring this in too, we'll now see that if it's on mobile, we would have seen that, right? But on desktop, we didn't. So that's my first thought, is make sure that button, even on desktop, is above the fold so that people don't have that bounce rate. You can lose 33% of people potentially on this if they didn't see what they wanted or if they thought it was a disconnect.
Yep.
So
what do you think of the headline up there?
The headline I love unique phrases that only you can own. So like for when I'm seeing like liberate, serfdom, and that's about it as far as like uniques from this, like building a legacy, financial independence, acquiring profitable small businesses. That's probably unique to her as well. So there's a few things on here that I just haven't seen before, at least in congruency with that.
Yep.
So she very much has her avatar dialed on this page, which is people who want not just autonomy, but truly to own a piece of the upside. And serfdom, like equating that to the typical 9-to-5, is a much more punchier, visceral image of someone being chained to their 9-to-5 job, so to speak.
Yep.
The other thing too is I actually caught this in tandem with the headline when it first came on. It has really good motion for this video thumbnail, which is done in Wistia, auto-played on mute. Really like that. It's engaging, makes me want to play.
Yeah, I like that too. Also, like, for the headline, a really normal format. Here's the benefits without the negative drawbacks, right? We got 3 there. Starting from scratch, investing millions and taking out huge loans. That's the type of stuff you want to gather from your avatar, right? To figure out like, hey, are these really the pain points that a lot of people are trying to avoid coming in? But this looks really good. Let's click the video and watch maybe a minute of it or something.
So I get dozens and dozens of people reaching out to me and my team every single day, basically saying something along the lines of, Codie, I followed you for a long time and I get it. You're a business buying expert, but what is your actual strategy? Like, what is the actual process you are using to buy all of these?
Oh man, I love that.
Good, dude.
I wanted to stop there because that was so well done. As a copywriter, like using user voice directly in the hook is such a hack. And it was substantiated in the fact that the first sound objection in someone's mind is, do people really ask you that every day?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. I thought
that was really good. That was super good,
yeah,
dude.
Such a simple thing, but very brilliant.
Yeah.
These companies. And more specifically, what they want to know is how they can do it themselves. So before you schedule a call with my team,
I also like the fact that she went, what's your specific strategy, right? What's your unique mechanism, right? Because that's what she has to get to is her unique mechanism that you can't find from anywhere else. You have to get on the phone with her team in order to figure out. Yep. And so she set all that up right in the hook. Like that was really, really great.
That was
cool. All right, keep going. Let's maybe do another minute.
Phenomenal. I love whatever tweeting social proof noise that was too, as all of that collapsed in there.
That was good.
Yeah, that was quite cool.
Team to talk about how we help people become acquisition entrepreneurs. I want to break down in this video my exact framework for buying businesses in a way that is not only teachable, but also so you can decide if this is even for you. Because the truth is, this isn't for everyone. If you're anything like me, I hate fluff. I just want to see the nuts and bolts of what it takes so I can make a fast decision if I'm interested or not. And in fact,
that's great. This isn't for everyone. Like part of what you want to do in your VSL is qualify, like by saying, hey, this is who it's not for. A lot of people on the front end will say, like, this is who this video is for. If you're looking to do this, or this, then this is for you, right? That's good. I like the reversal. Normally, I think we like to put the reversal where you disqualify people at the end. Yeah. But I like how she put it here. This is not for everyone.
No, I do too. And it's only 11 minutes. So she's getting to everything so fast too. And notice there was like an embedded NLP command in there too. She's like, who is this not for? And then silently saying, I like people that she's implying that she makes fast decisions. So she can make a fast decision. So therefore, if you're like her, you'll make a fast decision, presumably on the phones when they pitch
to purchase.
Yes. Right.
I would love for you to evaluate this in the same way that you would evaluate a potential deal to acquire. You do some due diligence, right? So over the next couple minutes, I'm going to go over how members in my business buying community, and myself, of course, are buying profitable, cash flowing 7-figure businesses with very little of their own money and sometimes even zero out of pocket if you want to. And I'll also give you an inside view into my buy box and deal criteria so you understand I'm not nervous about this recession, but preparing to do a bunch of deals. Then I'm going to show you the deal structures that I use to structure these acquisitions, how I get financing for this type of transaction, and how to use the cash flow of the businesses to fund the purchase price. Doing this, you can instantly gain an income stream. Lastly, I'm going to talk about how do I operate these businesses in a way that doesn't require me for the day-to-day, so I can continue to do all of this. By the way, this is the same strategy I use to buy companies like Strike Fire Productions, Viral Cuts, Sweaty Capital, to name a few. And the same strategies my members, such as this is Renan, used to buy an 8-figure water restoration company. This is Chris. He used to buy a 7-figure plumbing company and is now doing his second and third deals and more. Now, for quick context, if you don't know me, hi. I'm Codie Sanchez. I worked on Wall Street for some of the most prominent names out there, like Goldman and State Street and Vanguard. Then I left to go build up an asset management business in Latin America at First Trust that got to $1 billion in assets before building up my own portfolio of boring businesses at Main Street Holdco. And since then, I started a business buying community of high-performing humans where I took all the secrets of the wealthy and the private equity playbook to show people like you how to create income, build wealth, accelerate company growth through acquisition entrepreneurship. And the reason why is I truly believe it is the best kept secret. The rich, they just don't want you and I to know about. There's a few different...
Pause it. So thoughts so far? I mean, this is really well done.
It's super tight.
This is super tight. Yeah, like just every single sentence is meaningful. Like the cut in, cut out type of stuff is great. The B-roll is really cool. So I think this is really well done. Like this is a little bit of a masterclass so far.
Yes,
basically.
Yeah.
On a good VSL. Should we skip to the end?
Yeah, sure.
Just kind of see.
Let's see how they frame.
Yeah, the CTA.
Yep. She's gonna get to all of that. Those 3 teaching points. She's doing it in a very abbreviated way. Yeah, less than 16 minutes. It's a really tight script for VSL.
This is great.
Where others meander. Let's see.
Also, like I haven't thought up to this point that she's on a teleprompter.
No.
Right. So.
No, not at all.
Also good.
Now, let's see this.
I don't want to be the
thesis
next KKR or Blackstone. In fact, I think those guys are really bad for our entire country and world. I want more small businesses like this and less big, huge corporations like this owning everything. Most of us can agree that the educational system in the US is broken, that they try to teach us what to think, not how to think, and certainly not how to get ownership freedom and financial freedom or income. And so we created something that is the complete opposite of that. I want to go after and compete with the biggest institutions and universities in the world to teach people the things that now only Wall Street and big corporations get to profit off of. The idea is simple. Replace these with you guys, the 900 plus members of this very community at Contrarian Community. I do all of this to find you because very few people are actually going to go out and buy a business. Fewer people are going to go and run their own business. Lots of people want to work in somebody else's business, and that's perfectly fine. But I do all of this to find the few of you who actually are going to go get in the ownership seat. This is a separator. We build owners who are changing their communities with our community. If this speaks to you, then you should schedule a call with the team and see if we are a mutual fit for one another. Every single person goes through a phone call just like that before they come into our community. I hope to find you the few. And if you're not, that's perfectly okay. I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you on the web. But if you are the few, then I want to see you in the community, and I want you to be one of the few owners in this world.
Cool.
That was really cool.
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, she could have done, like, the CTA probably could have been a little bit clearer, and she probably could have repeated it right there.
Yeah.
Again, obviously that's a pretty sharp cut. So whatever happened after that, or she was like, I'm done. Maybe not.
Yes.
But, she could be a little clear. Like, there's a link below this video. If you click that link, schedule a call. But honestly, this was, because if you're watching it and you can't see the button, it would be confusing to know where to go.
Yep.
But overall, that was really freaking great.
Yeah. No, it's same feedback as just I would have wrapped it one more time. You don't want to meander too long because if she's already sold the call, you already sold the call. Get off the video, go on to the next step.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose people even further. But in general, yeah, I would have done one more wrap and then probably set the expectation of what was going to happen next, even if post survey that's going to happen again on confirmation.
Yeah, that was good. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead
and book a call. Now, that was good. So I was going to call that out incongruency because it went from book a call to application when normally if you're going to say book a call, you would flip those steps and you'd go schedule book a call.
But schedule first, then application.
That sentence buys you a lot of time, or at least a little bit more time, a couple minutes before we schedule a call. We need your quick input. So that's a great way to do application ahead of time while still not getting the drop off. Is selling an application a little bit harder than selling a go ahead and book a call, right? Yeah. Go ahead. All right. Let's go ahead and I'll just do my own stuff on here. I'm going to put, since this is going right to their funnel and I know these guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to delete it. I don't want, and I'm already in this funnel too. We don't want any bad will. It's good karma. I'm going to go ahead and Angel, you're going to blur out this stuff again, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm just going to get a bunch of texts, which will be fun.
Angel just blows it up every time. It's like really big and it just says text me. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll be the favor will be returned if you do that. What budget are you investing? Any path you want to go here?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if they have a setter team and a enrollment team. So obviously
there is a DQ decision diamond I know of, at least historically.
Okay, cool. So then I would probably go lower and see how long it takes an SDR to call you.
All right, cool.
Although you put delete on there, so no one's calling us.
Yeah.
Let's say right away. I'm already looking. Yeah.
I'm already looking.
Cool. Obviously, lead scoring wise, if you want to do something right now, if I know Codie, I have money and I want to do something right now, I want to be scored the highest, right? So each question you answer, you're going to be scored on, and then that's going to choose if they go to a setter, they send the lead to a setter or to a closer. Mm-hmm. Closer, high quality leads that are, sales qualified. Setter are still moving from marketing qualified really into sales qualified.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Again, though, this is
interesting.
So this is a miss. Right? This is the second time asking for contact information.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a miss. Like, this is just a goofy thing in the funnel. All good.
All right. I'm not going to put delete on this one. I'm curious now if I do get a call.
So what I would guess is maybe that decision diamond, you have to re-put in your information because now you're going to a setter.
Potentially.
I think it just got messed up, though.
Potentially.
Also,
you want to go back?
No, you can leave it right here. So, because we want to talk through this page too. That was a short survey, which is great. I would say that instead of using Typeform, use something else that feeds you the information. You know what I mean? Like as people put it in. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if they don't submit the full Typeform, you don't get it. You don't get the info. But
100%. That's always good calling out. This page, the things that come up that are interesting to me is submission confirmed, but I'm on the wait list. So that definitely implies
that's a better, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a better way of doing it. It gives them an out.
I wonder, so this could be so money. Dang, this could be really freaking good. If because you were DQ'd, right, into a setter, qualified lead, but not a enrollment director, qualified reader, a closer, qualified lead. Since you were pushed there, if they say, hey, you're on a wait list instead of actually setting you, because it didn't set us to calendar here, right?
Nope.
It put us on a wait list. Whereas if we had gone back, like if we go back through now, I bet we'll get a calendar if we say that we've got $100,000.
I bet so too. This is going to be Josiah now. Josiah E.
Go for it, dude.
Number, we can bleep this out. I can use mine.
Oh, just before it up. Sweet.
Josiah A.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
I forget if that's it or not. All right.
That's awesome.
All right, let's go. And we're gonna say Josiah's loaded.
Out.
He's already looking. He's hot and ready.
Heck yeah.
And will we get question number 5? We will.
Okay, so now we know that they're just asking for the same thing twice. Yep. They shouldn't be doing that.
Yep. Give it to me again. All right. Hey, and we passed.
Okay. So this time we passed, so we got sent to a calendar. It looks like this is, so it says once hub, so schedule once. Mm-hmm. I think that you can embed this better so that
you can. That's one thing that I would do. And you notice like we broke the continuity of the funnel up here with the URL, and now we're on a go.
So we lost tracking.
Lost tracking.
Well, hold on, dude. That is freaking huge in some ways because you want to optimize not for the opt-in, you want to optimize for people that schedule, I would assume, right?
You do. And maybe they embedded the pixel on this page somewhere too, or OneTub allows for that.
I don't think you can.
I mean, you couldn't originally, and what I'm seeing with the meta pixel helper is definitely not on here.
Yeah.
So they're tracking breaks here, so you cannot optimize towards this point. However, the catch-all is maybe they're optimizing towards the point behind this page, whatever we're going to see. In which case, it's still a break in tracking. It's still not ideal. It's still confusing to the pixel as far as what in the world just happened.
Yeah, totally.
People went to this path and all of a sudden they ended up on this page. So, like, it's better than nothing because it does kind of seg the qualified versus unqualified traffic out, and you can run ads against a qualified lead, presumably on the next page. But still, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's also so the framing throughout here is community consultation, which is really strong because it's strong. But you also, if you have a longer form sales motion, right? Like people have to like Codie and this concept coming in to want a consultation just to figure out if they can be a part of the community, right? She didn't talk about price, so there's that. Some people will show up and think that maybe it's free, which is why they got DQ'd and put on the wait list. You know what I mean? So it's only qualified leads coming through. If you use something more like a strategy session or something along those lines, you're going to get like this person's aware that they're potentially buying something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty aware of that. And so that'll drive some people away, but it'll also make sure that your sales team's really receiving the best leads. So that's kind of a bold frame and pretty awesome in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, it is. Perfect. Would you like to schedule a time?
Let's do it.
Any preference?
What are your thoughts? So let's talk
let's talk through the strategy.
Yeah, let's talk through the strategy here, man. Like, why is it good to have so many spots? Why should you not have so many spots? What do you think?
So my personal preference is that this is actually too many to show. There is research studies, maybe we can cite them in post here, that giving people any more than a few options is going to increase the cognitive load and make them potentially bounce from this page as there's too many decisions. Also, psychologically, it implies that their time is not valuable as there is so many open slots for tomorrow where you can just get on the calendar.
Yep, 100%. So I would probably shorten it up. You can still, so even in schedule once, right, you can choose how many different calorie spots you show, even though you've got a lot of them. So the other thing too is like if you show 1 and 115, like that's pretty much the same. Like if someone's booked at 1, they're probably booked for 115, 130, and 145. So if you could do something where you're showing 12, 2, and 6, that's obviously going to be, and there's a fewer of them. With that, let's click in. Let's see how many reps are working if you were to actually, let's click on, does it allow us, it gives us Tuesday, does it give us Wednesday?
It does give us
and
Wednesday
gives us Thursday?
and Thursday.
It doesn't give us Friday. So
whoa, that's a lot of slots.
And it's gated for 3 days. So like the farthest out I can book is 72 hours. That's probably fine.
That is good. That's best practice.
Yeah. And then let's click 6 a.m. And let's click continue. Hey. All right. So the team member here is Zen. So let's hop back. So we know that there's Here. I was like, that's ruthless, but no. Okay. So we know that there's one.
I'll save this too, just in case.
Cool.
All right, let's go back. 6:15. Might be
also him.
Too.
So let's hop to the middle of the day, maybe. So like we could go through this and figure out. Like I'm just kind of curious, how many reps are we running to run that many appointments? It looks like they're trying to run 15-minute appointments because both of those were Zen. 15 minutes is not going to be enough unless really he's never getting booked for a full schedule.
We got Sam.
Okay.
All right, that's 2. And the reason why there can be different guys to his own schedule ones, especially, you can prioritize which reps get shown first. So the ones, presumably here, you have so many different times. So if I were to look at that same time, we just clicked on 12 p.m. on Tuesday. This rep presumably would be someone who is higher priority. Tim Durango.
Yeah.
Presumably. So now we have 3.
And Angel, we should cut out their last names because we don't want everyone
blowing these people up.
Yeah. Trying to poach Codie's people and Codie being like, what the heck, Grimes?
Yep. All right, we'll go and let's check out 2 slot. We got Tim again. So we got at least 3 that we know of. There might be a 4th. We'll go some evening times. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and let's book with. We can book with Tim. That's fine.
Okay. This slot?
Yeah. And then it looks like it didn't. So it did bring my number over, but it thinks it's. So it brought it over, which is cool, but it didn't.
It's doing that because the UTM params you can see up here, guys, too, I think. So at least it's bringing Josiah's name, email, and his mobile. And that 1 is tripping it up. It's passing the parameters forward and making it so you have to correct that. I caught that, but I'm guessing a lot of people would have taken a second to probably figure out when the rule.
Yeah, why does it stop? Honestly, that's probably. I mean, there's probably an easy win there, just removing that. Because when you click it and if you can't figure it out, you're like, "What the heck, dude?" You just bounce.
Yep.
All right, let's click down and go for it. And what time did you schedule me for?
4:30 or 5:30.
Okay, cool. Hopefully, it gives us a cal. Okay, Billy. Your consultation call is confirmed. Now let's get those gears turning. Before leaving this page, please watch the pre-call video to learn more about my approach to buying. Okay, sweet. And then this is a YouTube video. Let's open this YouTube video, but see if it's only available.
Hi, I'm Codie. I'm the CEO of Contrarian Thinking. And
all right. So Josiah's asking, is it available?
Unlisted.
It is unlisted.
Yeah. So you can only find this here. It's got 8.3 thousand views, which gives you an idea of how many people have hit this thank you page.
Yeah.
To some degree, which is kind of cool.
Or at least played it. Hitting the thank you page shouldn't register a view, I wouldn't think, unless they're playing the embed.
Fair.
But yeah, 8,300 people have gone ahead and clicked this, and let's just say half of them will do it. I'm not sure. Still a lot of strategy sessions. That means this funnel is probably pretty well optimized.
Yeah, let's hop back and scroll down a little bit, see what else we got. Then learn why we love buying businesses. Cool. So those would all be interesting videos to look at. Those should all be learn why we love buying businesses. So this should all be nurture content, right? That increases their desire for the product, handles objections. If we want to scroll down a little bit, and then further seeds the offer, social proof, and read some of our top blog posts. Cool. Want to click into one of those? How to scale a 1-person business to $1 million?
Yeah.
Whoa, Nellis.
That was me going on it.
I was like, whoa.
So this is interesting. Everyone is as soft as hell. I can't tell if that is an extra or if this is all one article. I guess let's see.
Looks like an extra.
I was trying to read this as one headline: how to scale 1-person business to 1 million. Everyone is soft as hell. I was like, what? Nothing to see here. So that's a broken link that can be improved upon. Bad experience, not to see here either. We don't want that experience, ideally.
Yep.
Page not found either. Okay, so some broken links here, some optimization available.
Yep. And I did not get an automated text yet either. So
interesting.
We'll see.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And that's
the funnel.
And that's the funnel. Did you get an automated calendar invite though? I'm curious on that.
Let me see.
Schedule Once can do that or has the ability to do that.
I have not.
Okay. Sweet. So that'd be some thoughts there too. Is on this page you should reiterate. Ideally, it embeds. It tells you when that calendar.
I lied. I did get.
Okay. Cool.
Wait. Let me see what I got. I did get a calendar invite. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
And I should probably get an SMS or a call. Would be my guess on my side.
I don't know. Delete. Maybe not.
We'll see.
All right, sweet. I'm excited to check that out. Actually interested in Codie's product, so that would be really cool. Mm-hmm. And then let's play just a tad bit of the thank you page, and then we'll rate this bad boy.
Hi, I'm Codie. I'm the CEO of Contrarian Thinking, and today I'm going to talk about how we help people buy profitable businesses doing $1 million+ in revenue using our owner acceleration
this looks like
program.
an old VSL.
And the idea is that we do it creatively from a financing perspective, so people don't have to have millions of dollars to do this, and that we do it in a way where.
So do you like that? Another VSL on the back? I don't love that, but.
The only reason I think it's fine is because it was ungated as far as book a call. So what she's trying to get is people that rush through the funnel who didn't actually watch that first video or maybe have no context.
Yep.
She's getting another crack at them here.
Yeah.
This is Cole Gordon does something similar, although not in this step. He calls it reverse VSL, where they book and apply first, but he actually uses a DM or mini chat flow typically to send it to him and says, make sure that you watch this before the call. There was no language that said like, definitely watch this before the call. It was more of just like, hey, throw this video at him. Otherwise, yes, this could already muddy the message. Like you want to be able to control the experience, so to speak. So generally speaking, if it's congruent or reiterates or goes more into depth with the 15 or so minute VSL that they had on the front. Otherwise, this is maybe just more so the mechanics of it. We'd have to watch through. Yeah.
I think honestly, like if she at the beginning of this just said like, hey, we're so excited to talk with you on the phone. There's a couple things that I want to prepare you for before you get on the call. You know what I mean? Like even if it was just like, she does that. She tells them how to prepare for the call. Now, I want to send you one more thing. This is a free gift, but it's a training I did on such and such. Let's check it out. And like, if she just put 2 minutes on top of this and then push them directly back into this, I think then there's way more congruency on like, I just had this experience booking a call. Codie knows that I booked a call. She's excited for me. Yes. She's excited about the potential. I might be one of the few, which is congruent with her old VSL, that I'm like, oh, this is sick. Yes. You know what I mean?
That'd be a better play.
Yeah. But
that'd be a better play.
I'm sure that this is a good VSL too.
I'm sure it's a good VSL, but whether it's the right step for it, I think you're right to challenge because here I'm not seeing anything at the end. Like, how does this end is my question.
Let's check.
Not about that. That paired with our courses that talk to you about how to buy businesses, scale businesses, and sell businesses.
I want to go back here.
Them along. Join the community. If you're a person that isn't, so do me a solid. If you want to join a community where you're going to learn about how to buy small businesses with cash flow that can replace your income or increase your business, and you're willing to do the work and then give a hand down to the next person to help them along, join the community. If you're a person that isn't willing to do hard work, if you're a person that isn't willing to help the next generation, then this group is probably not for you. But if it is, here's the 4 things we do in our community. We have weekly calls that you should check out. We have annual events and meetups all around the country. We have a resource library of all the tools and templates that people use. And then community. We have a Slack community that's really, really important. In here, people share things about their deals, their finances, and every step of the way to show how do you actually buy a business? What's happening after you've bought one? They share things in there that nobody shared when I was in private equity because everybody wanted to look smart, not be right. This community is not about that. That paired with our courses that talk to you about how to buy businesses, scale businesses, and sell businesses is how we are combating head to head what I think is the biggest mistake in our society today, which is educational institutions that teach you what to think, not how to think, that teach you not how to make more money, but certainly will take your money. In our community, this is something totally different. If this makes sense for you, you should schedule a call with the team. If not, I wish you nothing but small communities where you actually know them.
So just incongruent, a lot of good stuff, but like you just booked a call. You're like, what the heck?
Yep.
All good, but still overall pretty solid. Cool, hot sausages. With that, all right, this is the drum roll moment, dude. Okay. Mm-hmm. Deep breaths. 1 to 7. What would you rate?
1 to 7.
Call funnel, bro.
Well, I love the 1 to 7 scale. First off, I'm gonna rate this I'm gonna give this a pretty good grade. I'm gonna give it a 5. Like there's a lot of technical like incongruencies that we caught, but is it enough to really? Did they keep the main thing? And I think the answer is unequivocally. Yes. that just makes me sound smart. Unequivocally, dubitously. Yes, they kept the main thing, and I have a really good sense of what this funnel is, why I'm getting on a call, and the main arguments as far as the timing goes of why this is important.
Yeah, so. I agree. Cool.
Yep.
I like that. I think 5 it is. Like the VSL, that first VSL we watched, that was freaking fire. I love that. The ad was solid. So the ad was solid. The landing page was solid. The copy there I liked. The VSL was freaking phenomenal. Really good. It was a short survey, so I like the fact that it was a short survey. You could get through it quickly. It had that one error where it asked for you the information twice. It points you to instead of an embedded schedule once, it takes you to schedule once, right? Which breaks tracking, so that's not phenomenal. And then it takes you to this thank you page, which isn't fully congruent but still has good content. I think 5 is a good number, but overall, really solid job by Codie and her team. This is a pretty solid funnel.
Yes.
So sweet.
Cool.
Awesome. Guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you for being absolutely ridiculously amazing. With that, Codie Sanchez, congratulations. You officially have been a part of the Nick and Josiah breakdown here, which means you get a free golden ticket to our internal mastermind of people that are in the top 100 funnels running in the world right now.
Yes.
So you'll be receiving that. You guys are awesome. We will see you in the next podcast.
Awesome.